Hi guys, welcome back to Tigre Retana. My name is Abby, and today we're doing the weekly chakra videos. I'm sorry it's a day late. We're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna be using the Game of Thrones tarot deck that my sister got me for Christmas, as you guys know. And this week, I already pulled the cards, but this week is a hot mess is the best way I'm going to put it. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Yeah. There's a lot of depressive energy this week. And there's a lot of the universe not giving a fuck this week. Speaking boys. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. In our root chakra, the blockage in our root chakra is the Eight of Cups and Justice. And this is kind of telling me that you guys have had like a hard time. Basically what I told you last week, that the universe was going to deal the karma, and you probably were not going to like how it was going to be dealt, or how quickly, or how it was going to affect you, or it was just like you're just trying to block the fact that it's happening. Like currently there's something that's just being dealt, that you need to process, that you need to accept, that you can't try to see in a negative light. Like it's just like you just get the universe is still dealing you with with the karma of it all, the karma of the situation, because you refuse to leave and accept that you can no longer stay in this place, so you now have to deal with the karma from it. There is kind of something. The ancestors have come up a lot through this reading, specifically in the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, I want to even say the throat chakra and the root chakra. It's just they've been coming up a lot, kind of really heavy for me, for you guys for this week. Especially in the root chakra, there's just like a lack of empathy. Like, if you've been doing the work, you should be good. But if you're not doing the work, or if you're like blocking them, or if you're like, there's just like a disagreement, like and yes, I do have the Akashic records open, I forgot to mention that, I always do, but there's like a disagreement kind of energy of, we don't agree with how you're handling this, we don't like it's like, you do the work, you know you're working with us, you know, and if you don't do the work, you know of us, you know how we benefit you, you know how we help you, you know what we do, and you're asking of me to give you something that is not in alignment of your spirit, and I cannot do that for you. I'm not going to. And so I'm just sitting here watching you, waiting for you to get it together, like for you to leave, for you to do this. And it's kind of like they can't, when it comes to karma, they can't really have a hand in that, because that is your karma. They can't avoid the debt that you need to pay. They can't avoid the pain that you're putting yourself through. They can't bend your will. They can only send you signs and try to give you the messages that you need so you can make your own correct judgment, but they can't force their will on you. And so because of that, it's just like a sitting out, like waiting out for you to just get it together. And it's kind of really sad, because it's like the potential is there. And I know this came up in the last reading too, but for how best we can heal it, we got the Star and the Seven of Swords. So this is again telling you to like, hey, the way you're going to heal your root chakra this week is to really look at the longer aspect of who you are, your destiny, where you're going, where you're headed, what you're supposed to be doing. Are you in alignment with your best self? Are you working towards the path of what you know you're meant to be in this lifetime? Are you actively trying to do the best things for you, especially with the Aries season? I wrote a post about this on my Instagram, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should go follow me on Instagram. But I wrote a post about this on Instagram about just Aries and just all these questions that you're now having to ask now that we're in Aries season. It's all about, like, Pisces season is about like dreaming up this crazy reality and coming into the end of the year and, you know, just being super dreamy, like, okay, what is it that I want for my life? What can I create next? Where does this energy, what do I see for myself? The vision, it's kind of like a vision board. Aries is, Pisces is a huge vision board season. And then when you get into Aries, it's like, okay, well, how we're gonna do it though? Like, Aries is not about daydreaming. They're about like, let's go, like, let's go, like, let's move, what are we doing? So there's this kind of energy of there's like a push, there's an energetic push, and we're gonna feel that a lot with the new moon in Aries next week. I'm not looking forward to that one, quite honestly. Aries moons are like the worst for me, but it's just because of my transit specifically. But it's gonna definitely stir up some anxiety. I that I know. But I feel like you guys need to realign, slow down just a little bit. I know Aries season can be a very go energy, and things might get overlooked, but it's important to kind of address the bigger aspects, like what you're doing now that's messing up your journey, long-term wise, how you're doing yourself a disservice by now actively working towards what you're supposed to be doing, and how you're going to address that with yourself. So it's just about kind of like really self-reflection and honesty. So right off the bat, we have Justice and the Star. That's Aquarius and Libra energy right there. So that's cardinal energy, that's fixed energy. What y'all want to do about it is the question I'm asking. Now for the sacred space, the blockage is the 10 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This is why I said in the sacred space I see the ancestors as well. There is, again, there's just kind of like this watching your potential melt because you're not taking it, and it's really sad, because ultimately the way you're gonna get here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, I'm sorry, the 10 of Cups and the Queen of Cups, so happily ever after, and physically in the physical realm, not only physically healthy, but also physically wealthy as well. So there's kind of like this need to address why you're not kind of trying to chase the dream that's gonna get you there. So there's kind of this really I don't want to say bitter, it's more like it's just kind of sad. It's like, oh my god, it's like if you're watching a movie and you're watching the main character, like it's not one of those happily like that ends in a happy note type of movies. It's just like it started off, you saw where the potential was going, and then rock bottom, and then they stayed in rock bottom. So it was one of those like, why did I even watch these movies? Especially for me as a cardinal sign, I'm like, can I see some sort of ending? Like when a movie ends in like a random, like I cannot, like why kind of no, I just get really irritated because I'm like, so what was the point of me sitting through that for 2 hours? Like, what was the message that you were trying to tell me? Okay, I get it, the story, but how are we gonna get to the what? You know, that's my cardinal like energy, like my Capricorn. Like, can we get something done throughout this story, please? Can we achieve something? So there is the energy of like, hey, you're kind of just wasting away at this point, energetically wasting away. Best way to heal that this week, we have the 6 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Magician, which is telling you to like really, first of all, this is Mercury, and this is Sag, so like working with your Sag and your Mercury placements would be actually good this week. But for this specifically, this is telling me that you guys need to balance this out, especially because you guys already have in the root chakra Justice coming out, so that Libra energy coming out. So there's a lot of like balancing out that needs to get done, like a realignment, and that could be done with like spell work, with doing like a lot of air magic, meditation, affirmations and things like that. I actually help you guys a lot this week to get past that point. I do recommend listening to the I Am affirmations. That shit is bomb. I listen to it all the time. And there's just like a need, like the ancestors want to help you, but you need to ask for like to help in alignment, in like releasing and letting go, and using your magic in with that is actually it's what's gonna get you out of this funk. So they're actively there, they're trying to help you, they're trying to kind of like extend you that olive branch, because they don't want to see you in this negative trap thing. They just that's not how they know you for. Okay, so there is a need to balance it out, and the way you're going to balance it out is by actively working towards it, by setting the intention. I want to release this, I get it, I can't do this anymore. Like, if you're done, you're done. If you're not done, then you're going to be miserable. Simple as that. So that's how simple I'm going to keep it. Now for the solar plexus, we got a whole story situation. The ego is all types of bruised. Like, what in the world? The blockage for the solar plexus is the 3 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the World. So say hello to that karma. The 4 of Wands and the King of Cups. So there's kind of like this overwhelming energy of like being, it's kind of like, because this is Saturn. Yeah, I know this is Saturn. We don't, you know, this is Saturn. The World card is Saturn. It's the end of a cycle. Y'all mad about how the cycle ended. That's what this is. Yeah, ego is mad that the cycle ended the way it ended. It's kind of like, it's almost like a kid like being like pounding down like when their parent takes their toy away or something because they did something wrong, and it's just like, and it's just kind of like whining. That's really what the solar plexus is getting blocked by. Whining. Yeah, whining to the universe. Because yeah, didn't get what you want. You're mentally stabbing yourself. You're mentally doing this over and over again. There's this energy of just kind of like, I didn't get what I want. I didn't get it the way I wanted. I thought I was gonna get it this way, but it actually like ended up, I just feel very emotional. Like I am not even in alignment with my emotions. I'm not even in control of them. I'm not even manifesting out of them or anything like that. No, I'm just actually just completely blocked emotionally, mentally, with my ego. My ego's completely no. So there is this like energy of, no, I can't get what I want. I want my toy back. I want to do this. I want to do that. So there's just like this whining this week. There's just this whining, and the universe is like, that's cute, but like, first of all, check your ego, please, because it's the best way to heal it. Yeah, check your ego, please. Do you feel good right now? So why aren't you trying to feel good? Why aren't you trying to do the best things for you? Why aren't you actively trying to solve the things that you keep complaining about? What are you gonna do to get the toy back? Are you gonna behave? Are you gonna sit the fuck down? Like, are you gonna calm down? Like, what are you gonna do to get realignment for you to feel good, for your willpower to be back? Okay, answer that question. Now we got the 7 of Wands in reverse, and this is really actively like not trying to fight the energy, not trying to like, okay, this is happening and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good the way it's happening. It doesn't feel like you're at your best. It doesn't feel like you're in a good place. I get it. I totally get it. But it's about not fighting the energy. Like, if it's happening, it's for a reason. There's things that are happening because other things happen, or because you didn't let go, or because the other person, or because you had karma, whatever it is, in how many ways that you want to cut it, it's happening. So stop fighting the energy. You can either ride the wave or you can drown. So do you want to drown, or do you, what are we talking about here? Right. Then we have the Fool. So this is asking you to kind of check your ego, to humble yourself, to really like, you know, dial it back a little bit, and just restart the journey. Your willpower needs to be set like for fresh energy, using that Aries sun energy at its best. Don't forget that the sun is exalted in Aries. It does its best work in Aries. Even though it rules Leo, it does its best work in Aries because Aries moves. Leo is still a fixed sign, but Aries has the ability to change. So it's about that. It's about, okay, what are we doing? This is that Aries energy, that Fool card. Like, new start, okay, new journey, okay, let me get it together. Literally going on a new start, because we have the 2 of Wands. So accepting the inevitable of where you're going. And then the 3 of Cups really kind of, it's almost, this is like really like catching the wave. Like, if you see everybody else kind of having a good time right now, or like not going through the same thing you're going through, and you're just like, why am I the one that's kind of lagging? This is because you're not collectively in that, you're like drowning instead of actually surfing the wave. So this is kind of about like just flowing with the energy collectively. And if I feel like a lot of people are going to do a lot of healing through their friends, and through like maybe even like going to therapy, or like just hitting that point where you're like, okay, I get it, okay, I'm okay, and just like accepting it, but this has to be something that kind of gets like triggered in you, for you to just be like, okay, for the Aries energy to be like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I just can't, No. So yeah, so this is a really good time to kind of like check your ego. Definitely humble yourself, check your ego, and then accept the inevitable. That's really what I'm getting. Now, for the heart chakra, I laughed so hard when I saw these cards. But our blockage for our heart chakra, people, for our heart chakra, is the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords in the heart chakra. So mind, words, communication, both of these cards are supposed to be a gift, but for some reason y'all turning this into a blockage, which is like baffling to me. Yeah, so we have a physical blessing and a mental blessing, but it being in the blockage. So you have the opportunity right now to heal something in the physical realm and in your mind, which affects directly to your emotional state, but for some reason you are blocking it. Does that make any sense to you? Nah. Chile. Okay. Best way to heal that this week, we got the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. So that's 3 aces in the heart chakra, and then the Lovers being the card of Gemini. So kind of addressing, like, as far as the heart chakra goes, it's not about overthinking it, and it's not about having something in the physical realm. You can do a lot of heart healing work with it just being your emotions and your spirit. It has nothing to do necessarily with the mind or the physical realm. You do not need to have a person to heal from them. You do not need to be in a relationship with a person to heal from them or to heal a past trauma. And I feel like a lot of you need to do some Akashic Records reading, past life reading. So if you need to book that, you could do that on my website. And this is kind of what this is. There's a relationship with someone that's kind of just grown. It's like you don't have this person, but for some reason the connection is more spiritual or more mental or more like there's an aspect of them that is physically present, but not the way that you want it to be present. Is more on the mental realm, and it's more of an emotional type of spiritual connection. So this could be like twin flames, sometimes soulmates, kindred spirits, all of these goddamn terms for things. But there's a level of them where there's a point where it's just like you're being asked to heal this on the spiritual and emotional realm, not trying to mentally break your head or physically trying to force this person to either be with you or just kind of stay in the physical realm so you could you can touch and feel them and all these things. It's more on the spiritual realm that you need to heal this connection. And some of you might not like that aspect of that. Like some of you might, I can see why some of you might push back against this, because it doesn't sound like a fun thing to do, especially when you believe that the connection is higher than what it actually is. When you believe that because of what you believe, you should have them in the physical realm, when is actually not that type of connection at all. So there is like kind of a misunderstanding of how you need to address this person, and why some of you might have some issues letting go of this person, and why you've been having issues letting go of this person is not because you're meant to keep them. It's just you have some trauma there. That's a bigger lesson that they've been trying to teach you that will move you to your different direction on the physical realm, but you're not kind of taking it. So there's a need to address your emotional state this week is what I'm getting. Now, for the throat chakra, we got the Hangman and the Six of Swords. So some of y'all didn't say what y'all needed to say, even though I've been singing Say What You Need to Say for the past 3 weeks. My guy, I can't wait for Gemini season to come through so that y'all can just get the smoke, because at this point in time, there is just a need to move on, a need to stop being stagnant, a need to say what needs to be said out loud. Like, if you know when you do that it's gonna free you. That's the other problem. You know when you say what you needed to say that it's going to free you, and you're scared of going through that journey, but you can't do that anymore. You just can't. Best way to heal it this week, we have the Hierophant, so the Taurus card, with the Three of Pentacles. So this is basically literally telling you that you cannot conform to this kind of energy. You need to build on something else. Your foundation, especially your ancestors with this, they need you to continuously move. They don't want you to be stuck. They don't want you to be forever contemplating this situation as if it was supposed to stay permanently. As if the foundation was supposed to stay permanently, when in all actuality, you're actually building towards a greater destiny for yourself, a greater life, a more purposed life without conforming to society's views. This has to do with job, money, the whole 9-to-5 bullshit. There's like levels where this is just, you're just dragging yourself, and it's because you're not allowing yourself to free yourself. The second you say, okay, you know what, I can't do this anymore, that's the second when things are going to start moving again. But until then, you're going to get fucking dragged by the universe. It's just simple as that. Like, you're just going to keep feeling like shit. You're not going to like it. And the universe is going to be out here like, what do you want me to do again? I'm not really sure what you wanted me to do, but I guess. I mean, the universe can be petty too. I'm just saying. For the third eye, the blockages are the Hierophant and the Hermit and the Tower. So there is an element to this where, like I said, first of all, some of y'all been hiding in a cave, and the universe done took you the hell out of that cave with this tower. The Uranus and this Virgo energy with Uranus does not go very well. It just does not go very well. So while you've been trying to hide and contemplate and stay in this funk, the universe is like, nah, that's not what's going to happen. What you're going to do is that you need to upgrade your mindset. You need to come out. You need to accept the changes. You need to accept the shifts, because it's either you accept that these things are going to happen and you take control and a little bit more of a reign in what your destiny is, and you could put your hand in there and try to mold it a little bit more to your liking, or we're going to mold it for you. I'm going to put you there. So what do you want to do? Because you've already gotten the information that you've been analyzing, sitting on for like the past how long, and then you want to sit here and expect us to just what? Just see you melt away with your goddamn potential, with the damn your soul contract that you signed. Do you want us to just like forget that you have a purpose in your life, that you have a purpose in this society, that you have a purpose to the people, to everybody else collectively? Because this is collective. Uranus is very collective. This is rebellious energy. There's something that you're meant to do that's supposed to shake the masses. But how are you doing that if you're hiding? How? Explain to me how you are supposed to collectively affect anything, how you're supposed to make any changes, and you know that this is coming. This is like the worst part. You've gotten the messages 1,000 times. You know that you have a gift in this. You know that this is what you're meant to do with your life. You know. But why aren't you doing it though? Why aren't you chasing it? The second you decide to move in alignment with your spirit is the second that every single door starts to open, and the ones that don't need to be opened will stay and remain blocked. And that's kind of the problem. When it comes to the third eye this week, it's literally about stopping these right here. This Two of Swords is blocking of the intuition situation. No. It's the Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is the character that comes from a battle, and he's all like kind of on like he's a little, you know, he's a little traumatized, and he doesn't know if he wants to even look. He's looking sideways because he don't know at any point he's gonna get killed or somebody's gonna come for him or assassinate him or anything. Like, he's just very jumpy. It's a very jumpy kind of like, I don't know, like I'm scared. I don't know if I should take the chance. I don't know. But the problem is that you do know. You do know. You've known this whole time. And when you block your intuition, when you block your third eye, when you block what you already know, when you block all the signs that the universe has sent you, when you block other people and all the messengers that the universe has sent you to tell you what you need to do to be in alignment with your spirit, to be in alignment with your best self, to be living your goddamn best life, you already know. And you want to be acting again. This has to do with healing the ego this week, because some of y'all, it's just like some parts there's an inflated ego, and then the other part there's just like so much like a wounded ego. So it's not in alignment. You're not in balance, and it's because of this whole like jumpy kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like I can't even move. Like it's just an inability to cope, because at any second you just feel like you're gonna get smoked. Mind you, if you notice, the Hangman and the Nine of Wands, all the shields are the same image there. And what that's telling me, that's because you can't speak it into existence. You can't, because you know what it is. It's like a, it's like a, it's a, what's it called? It's a trickling effect, back to back. Your third eye is blocked, right? Because you won't say what you need to say. You're feeling super sensitive. Your ego is blocked, because you've gotten your ass handed by the universe. Your root chakra is blocked because you won't accept the karma that you are paying with the situation. The fact that you need to release this, or you will make it into a trauma, and then you'll have to pay it later. Whether it's in this lifetime or a different lifetime, you will be paying for all the wounds that you are inflicting on your spirit in this lifetime. You will be paying for it later. So there is just like this kind of like Hangman energy that keeps blocking all of the blessings here. Just like, no, but I don't know if I can't, I don't know if it's just like this jittery, like I don't know, I'm just, it's kind of like if somebody told you there are 2 doors right in front of you. If you were at a game show and there were like 2 doors, pick the correct door by answering the right question. If you answer this question, you can pick the door, and 2 different colors will lead you to the prize money, right? And you answer the question, and it has to do with the color of each door. So you already know which door is leading you to the money. But you're standing there being like, I don't know, I don't know if I can, I don't know, I don't know, like and just kind of being super jittery and not moving, and like, but I don't, but you know which door is the correct answer to the question, but you're just standing there not answering the question. So there's this like, why aren't you moving? Why is this your energy? Why do you want to stay stuck in this? Why? How is that helping you? Like, answer the damn question. That's kind of, and that is the question at the end of the day. What are you doing? How is it helping you? How do you feel? How are you feeling any better at all? Like, and especially if things already starting to shift a different direction, and if you've been seeing good things shifting in the direction, why aren't you flowing with that wave instead of trying to like bring yourself down to the whole like mentally blocking yourself? This whole, oh my god, this jittery thing, this like, I hate it when people do this shit. That's the self-pity thing that people do. I hate it when people do that shit. Oh my god, especially in front of me. I just get so irritated. My Saturn Capricorn ass cannot handle cannot handle that shit. Because it's like, I see how the hand's coming out, like it makes me want to slap somebody, like Dominicans, like Spanish styles, because it's just no, you're not a kid. Okay, you're not 5 years old. Okay, your toy got taken away because whatever reason X, Y, and Z, you will be getting it back, or you will be getting a better toy later. Stop acting like a child. Stop acting like a child. You're not always going to get what you want the way you want it. Sometimes you'll get what you want and more when you keep riding the wave. And that's the point. It's the bigger goal that you want to focus on, not the small one. And it's kind of just like, oh my god, I didn't get this person. So I can't, I didn't get this is the person I want. I didn't get them, so I can't. What if they're not the person that you were supposed to end up with, though? Did you ever try to think about that? And it's hard because I know when you're stuck in it, it's so hard to kind of release it. But that's why you need to set the intention for it. And this is why this card came out. You have the ability to be a magician, like that energy, that bold, decisive, like this is what I want, this is what I'm manifesting, this is what alignment of my spirit. That's Mercury. That's Mercury, Gemini, Virgo energy. When you're in that space, when you're in allowing yourself, mind you, Gemini is the child of the zodiac. Gemini is the child of the zodiac. There has to be an innocence to how they go about things. And it is very childish to an extent, but it's supposed to be free-flowing because children love and play and have a curiosity for things naturally, and that's how they are, and they're able to manifest different doors opening because of their curiosity, of their wanting to explore. And if you don't give yourself the time to explore and to get out there and put yourself out there, you are then blocking yourself, which then that's like toxic Gemini, kind of shadow Gemini energy. And it's kind of like just questioning, and it's just like, no, I don't want to move, I don't want to be mentally clear, I don't want to do anything. And it's just like, that's not who they are. At their best, they are very powerful, very very lighthearted. There's a lightheartedness to them. And with Mercury, because he's so, I mean, Mercury is so super powerful. You have to understand, I mean, this is why they're the trickster god. He's the trickster god. So even with Gemini energy, there's an element to them that's very playful and very like, kind of, there's just a lightheartedness. Kind of laughing at different situations, being able to kind of calibrate into the moment rather than like beating yourself up about it. There's this huge, this is why Geminis can manifest very, 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 very well when they tap into their creativity, when they tap into the messages that they're getting. And as they're receiving the messages, they're not doing this, because this is another reason why a lot of Geminis, they have a lot of, I want to say this very carefully, but because of the intense amount of messages that they get, a lot of Geminis can have a lot of problems with communication, or need to communicate a lot, which is why a lot of them need to go to therapy and just need to release and just talk, speak. It kind of like just clear the gutter, because you have to remember they're like children going around living lives, adult lives, and it's kind of like, I don't want you to see all Geminis as children. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that there's a level to them that at their best, there are, you know how people always say, you know, when you're a kid and you have all these dreams and you that lightheartedness, like you wish you were back to being a kid and you didn't have a problem with the world. Gemini still kind of live that way, but then when they get the pressure of society to be kind of in a box, it takes away that childlike nature from them, and they're not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be way more lighthearted. Virgo can kind of calibrate to the physical realm a little bit better because they're an earth sign, but Gemini is air, is pure air, is supposed to flow. It can't remain stagnant, and there's this stagnation happening this week with you guys. You guys are letting it happen instead of using that Mercury energy to really kind of flow with what you know. Like, you know this, so why are you blocking it? You know, there's just like a, you know, like how many times does the universe need to tell you the same thing? And mind you, I hate repeating myself, so I'm surprised the universe even repeats itself sometimes. So for the crown chakra, we have the Three of Wands in reverse and the King of Coins in the blockage, which I'm not surprised about, because y'all not grounded. Your root chakra is a hot mess. Y'all not accepting some karmas. Y'all not setting the proper intentions to get released into the next situation. So how is the crown supposed to be open when your journey, your higher self, is blocked from you because you're not in alignment with your purpose? Like, I don't get it. For best way to heal that this week, we have Death, which is Scorpio energy, and the Queen of Swords, which is very much in alignment with the crown energy, because that's all air up here. All of these things are air. Throat, third eye, crown, all air. And so, and water with the third eye, yeah. But it's mostly air. But when it comes to the crown chakra this week, with Death and the Queen of Swords, there is just a need to clear the gutter, to accept the messages, to be really kind of decisive. This is the best. This is air signs at their best: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And I'm gonna include Virgo in here sometimes, because you know Virgos, they be ruled by Mercury, so they be like this sometimes. But there is a need to just clarity. Like, the Queen of Swords does not want to be out here. Do you see Cersei? She's not trying to have beef going on with herself right now. She's trying to solve all of the problems in the world, especially in this scene. After she cut her hair and went through all that stuff and blew up the damn tower thing, she was just trying to get her kingdom and trying to sit in it and trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna just sort everything out. Then she got pregnant. I'm gonna just spoil it for everybody right now. Then she got pregnant. She did all of the, she's trying to get all of the things, even though she's gonna get smoked later, but that's fine. She's trying to do all the things and a half, and it's kind of like, stop it. Like, stop thinking that you can't be in this. Like, you could still have your shit together. Like, stop it. Stop it. Release it. Let it go. Let it go and mentally clear the gunk, clear the gutter, clear the stagnation. Accept the lessons that you're getting, especially because we started off with Libra, like that justice energy in the root chakra, and we have the Queen of Swords in the crown. There is like a need, like there's like a circle, a cycle, like, hey, you know what, this scale is over here, this scale is over here. You need to balance both out. It has to be like, you have to balance your upper chakras, you have to balance your lower chakras, you have to balance your heart chakra. It has to be in alignment for you to feel better about yourself. And the way you're going to feel better is by addressing your mind, taking it in, accepting what you need to accept, letting go, not blocking your intuition is a really, really big one. And just accepting the messages that you get from the universe. Like, hey, okay, I've been told this like 10 times. Okay, I'll take it. Like, I mean, at this point, I've gotten told by 10 people. I've gotten told by my Instagram, whoever fave. I've gotten told by mad people on YouTube. I've gotten told sideways, upways, all the ways. At this point in time, I'm just going to take it for what it is and move on, because you can't keep doing this to yourself. Period. 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 They're gonna have me saying period all day. Quick shout out to my best friend who's his birthday today. I got so much stuff to do. After this, I gotta go run to the post office. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff today. And then we gotta go to his birthday thing. Okay, so messages for this week. I'm gonna pull one more, because why not? Ooh. Wait, no, that was 3. Y'all bugging. One more. There we go. Okay. Okay. So the first one. Ooh, here we we talked about this. Why do I do tarot readings when I should just be doing oracle readings? You have the power to see things from a higher perspective. If you are a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today you have the invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your higher purpose. With your higher purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over and that all your hard work is paid off, and the things that you've hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. Y'all got me all types of upset. All types. All the types. Desire is a sacred impulse for life. Oh, by the way, this is wishing well. Feel it, but let it go. Let go of all attachment to ownership. My people in the back. Desire is a more important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration, and sensing that moment of truth when you feel an inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates a field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why it's happening. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step inside to be channeled for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well, and then trust the spirit, prepared to be amazed. So, me and y'all got beef. And then last one, it's talisman. A lesson truly learned is to crystallize as earned wisdom. You have all you need for success you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right thing to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lesson and earned the right to your success. And that was your reading for this week. Okay, I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe.